The Lake of Shadows. In the quiet town of Everbrook, a tranquil lake sat on the outskirts, seemingly benign with its shimmering surface and serene surroundings. By day, the lake was a popular spot for families and friends seeking respite from their daily lives. Children played on the grassy banks, couples strolled hand in hand, and picnickers enjoyed the peaceful scenery. But as dusk settled, the lake transformed. The once inviting water became a dark, ominous expanse that seemed to swallow the light. Sarah and her friends, Mark, Emily, and Jason, had spent the day by the lake, basking in the summer sun. They played games, swam, and laughed, completely unaware of the sinister changes that the approaching night would bring. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the air grew cooler, and shadows lengthened across the water. Mark was the first to notice the change. "Doesn't it look different?" he asked, squinting at the water's surface, which seemed to ripple in an unusual, almost unnatural way. Emily and Jason shrugged it off, attributing it to their imaginations. Sarah, however, felt an unsettling chill creep up her spine. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was lurking just beneath the surface. As twilight deepened into night, Sarah's friends decided it was time to head home. They packed up their things, but Sarah, drawn by an inexplicable pull, insisted on staying a bit longer. "I just want to enjoy the quiet," she said, trying to sound casual but failing to mask her apprehension. As the others left, Sarah sat by the edge of the lake, her legs dangling over the water. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow on the lake's surface. The once calm water now seemed alive, undulating in unnatural patterns. Sarah's gaze was fixed on a particular spot where the water seemed to swirl more intensely. It was there that she noticed a faint shadow moving slowly beneath the surface. Her heart pounded in her chest as the shadow began to take shape. It was a figure, a pale, ghostly visage with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through the water's veil. The figure rose, its form becoming more distinct. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she realized the figure was moving toward her. It appeared to be walking on the water, its steps eerily silent. Desperately, Sarah tried to convince herself it was a trick of the light or a figment of her imagination. But the figure was too real. It moved with a deliberate, almost graceful menace. The eyes, dark, empty voids, seemed to lock onto her, drawing her in with an invisible force. Sarah stood up, her feet trembling as she took a step back. But the water had other plans. It beckoned her with a silent, chilling allure. Before she could react, a cold, clammy hand reached up from the depths and gripped her ankle. Sarah gasped, her scream muffled by the lake's vastness. The icy fingers pulled her with a strength that defied logic. She was dragged toward the dark abyss, the water churning violently around her. Her frantic attempts to escape were futile. The lake's grip was unrelenting. As Sarah was pulled under, the world above grew distant. The water closed in, enveloping her in its dark embrace. The lake seemed to whisper ancient secrets, its coldness seeping into her bones. The last thing she saw was the figure's face, its eyes now wide open, filled with a sorrowful, malevolent intent. Morning came, and the lake was once again calm and clear. Sarah's belongings were scattered by the shore, but she was nowhere to be found. Her friends returned, their faces pale with worry, only to find no trace of her. The townspeople were horrified, and whispers of the lake's dark secret began to spread. In the days that followed, a somber atmosphere hung over Everbrook. The lake was avoided, its reputation as a place of darkness and death growing with each passing day. But the lake's sinister nature had not been forgotten. Occasionally, when the moon was full and the night was still, the lake would reveal a reflection, an image of Sarah's pale, frightened face, forever trapped beneath the water surface. The Lake of Shadows became a place of fear, a reminder of the unknown terrors that lie hidden beneath the calmest of exteriors. And as night fell, the dark waters continued to beckon, waiting patiently for the next soul to fall victim to its eternal grasp.